Let's talk about some mental strategies you can use for division. So remember, this is just ways that you could divide in your head. Usually, division requires you to write something on paper. It's just more complicated. It's a little harder to do in your head. But if the numbers happen to be nice enough, sometimes you can get lucky. So one thing you can do is possibly break up the dividend. So the dividend being this number here. So if we wanted to divide 8 into 6,416, think about breaking this up into numbers that are maybe nicer numbers that would be divisible by 8. So maybe breaking it up here in the middle and thinking of it as 6,400 plus 16. So you see how I've written that, 6,400 plus 16. Again, this looks weird on paper because this is what you would do in your head. Well, we know 8 divides into 64. It goes into 64 8 times. So add 2 zeros. It'll go into 6,400 800 times. So 8 goes into 6,400. 8 also divides into 16 twice. And so 802 is what your answer would be. So it's like mentally breaking it apart and going, okay, 8 goes into 6,400 800 times, and then the 16 is 2 more times, and there's your 802. So just kind of doing it in your head. But that only worked because we could actually break this up into numbers that actually worked well with 8, and you don't always get that lucky. And this kind of ties in with the next one, which is using compatible numbers. It's like trying to break up the dividend into numbers that are compatible or divide easily by whatever this divisor is on the outside. So like you might think, well, I'll break up 105 into 105. Well, you can, but 100 is not divisible by 3, and neither is 5. Not nicely divisible, like doesn't divide without a remainder. But maybe if you broke it up as 90 and 15, oh, that might work. 3 goes into 90 30 times, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So if you break it up to make things compatible, then you can sometimes work with it. But this almost more trouble than it's worth. And in the time it takes you to find a good pair, you could have just like divided this on a piece of paper. So there's not a ton of mental strategies for division, but trying to break things up and get more compatible numbers is one way that you can do it.